We detected suspicious content that suggests your account is compromised. In an effort to protect your account and website visitors, we are reaching out to advise you on this and provide assistance in preventing future security issues with your site and hosting account. What the fuck? Hey, I'm Dale L. Roberts, best-selling author as well as a self-publishing advocate who wants to show you how to publish books that sell. And oh man, yeah, I got that notice inside my email and my gut just dropped to the floor. I was just absolutely horrified. And if you've had this happen to you as well, ooh. Let's go ahead and back it up a little bit, give a little bit of history. I actually got my hosting through a company called HostGator back in 2016. I've been very happy with it. I actually picked up a plan that's called the Baby Package, and it allows for unlimited hosting. So you can have numerous websites and just have the domains to feed over into that specific Baby Package. And roughly I had about 9 sites. Now you're gonna see a little bit of foreshadowing here when I say 9 sites. This included my self-publishing with Dale website, my Dale Links website, my fitness website for Dale L. Roberts, a number of handful of microsites that are also attached to it. And I kept an eye on the main channels, like the main websites like self-publishing with Dale and Dale Links, but the microsites, I gotta admit, I just wasn't minding them at all. That's when the email notice came in that I read at the very beginning, and of course I'm freaking out. Naturally, I'm like, okay, this can't be right. Well, I also got a phone call from HostGator, and I'm going, okay, maybe I'm being hacked. So I decided to just go ahead and call HostGator directly to figure out, okay, is this real? Oh, it was very, very much real. And they told me exactly what happened. And one of my microsites had gotten hacked, and they put a lot of spyware, malware there and such like that. Essentially, Google went in and blacklisted the site. And that means that it's not gonna get pulled up on searches. No one's gonna be able to find it at all. So this kind of screwed me over for this microsite. And I'm kind of going, and I'm just ready to lose it because it's in a shared plan with all these other sites. So I'm kind of going, oh gosh. So HostGator says to me like this, the whole rundown is, look, we'll fix the problem. We'll get a hold of Google. We'll get them on the phone, tell them, hey, everything's okay. We'll fix your site. But it's going to be a minimum of $300.
$300? What?
At this point, my ears just kind of shut off, and it started stacking up to the
thousands
for them to fix it because of all of the microsites that are inside this specific plan. And I'm just going, no, okay, is there any way that we can just remove this site from my package? They said, well, yeah, but the problem is, this may have already tainted the other sites and infected them with whatever kind of malware was put into it. And I'm going, oh, no. They forwarded me to tech support. I get on the phone with HostGator and they were so cool. They go ahead and they purged the infected site. They got rid of it, no problem. But they were like, hey, look, just so you know, like this doesn't mean that those other sites are in the clear. You may want to look at investing in getting someone to fix some of the stuff. And so I'm like, okay. The very next thing I did was I deleted all of the useless microsites that I just wasn't using anything. So some of the microsites were for affiliate type products, and I was getting a little bit of money, but not enough to justify leaving them up and a $300 ticket, no less, or thousands of dollars. So I was like, okay, let's just remove them. Let's keep all of the websites I absolutely need. So I get a hold of my ever faithful assistant, Ava Fails, and Ava helps me out with this. And she actually had something already in place because she already had backups put into place, thankfully. And she was using something that was called WordFence. It's a plugin for WordPress. So they pitched me $300 to fix my problem on their website. But they would also take a look at it and figure out, okay, does this need more work? Well, they got back to me in less than half a day, and oh yeah, it was more work. In fact, it was $300 plus an additional $100 for each one of the sites on there inside this package for them to fix it. And I'm going, oh, no. So it was actually coming somewhere south of $1,000, and I think it was running about $800 if I can recall. All right, what can we do to do this on our own. And while I've got you on a cliffhanger, if you're enjoying this type of content, hey, make sure that you subscribe to this channel where I talk a little bit more about writing and publishing books that sell. When you hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss a single one of these videos. Back to the story. So my assistant Ava went ahead and took over. She went and looked at the report that WordFence had put together and figured out where there was some type of an unsavory file, something that didn't belong in there. And so she just did a lot of troubleshooting, and before she did all the troubleshooting, she made sure she backed up each one of the sites so that way it wasn't going to erase everything and we're kind of left with nothing in the process. She was able to find and remove the offending file, and apparently the offending file had managed to go to each one of the platforms, but it was kind of remaining dormant. So in other words, someone had placed it into these areas, but they had no way to access it. They had a way to access it in the other website that was purged, but not on these other ones. And I also took one of the other major sites for my second channel called Live Streaming Tech. We'd moved that over to a different hosting package because rather than having the two businesses take each other down, I thought, you know what, let me go ahead and spend a little bit extra money, put it onto another website, so that way it takes care of that. I think it ran me somewhere south of about $100 in order to get that going for the very first year. I think it was like 60 some dollars. But either way, really happy to have that off and away so that way it doesn't infect that site and vice versa. And now, of course, I'm running regular site maintenance and backups, and Ava's handling a lot of that. When it's all said and done with Ava's assistance and actually getting all the troubleshooting out the way, figuring out the infected files and cleaning up the website, it ran me about roughly $300. That's not including the additional hosting that I did for the other website, but that's for a different business, and I feel like I didn't have to do it, but it was a good safeguard because with the number of websites on a specific hosting package, you're having a number of windows that intruders can come into. So the more windows that you have going into a specific hosting server, the more opportunity they have to infect all of them. So I figured from now on my baby package, I'm going to limit it to the sites that I absolutely need to have on there. The rain outside. Crap. So my recommendations to you is if you happen to get a baby plan through HostGator, that you be very cautious with the number of sites you're going to put onto that plan because it may end up coming and biting you in the long term. Also, don't publish a site that you can't maintain on a regular basis. And I mean regular basis, that you're at least touching it at least on a weekly basis, going in and maintaining it, running backups as a minimum on a monthly basis. All in all, hey, look, between WordFence and HostGator and the help of my assistant Ava, honestly, I think this can happen to just about anybody. So hopefully you've learned a little bit in the process of how my website got hacked and blacklisted and the cost to fix it. And in fact, if you want to learn a little bit more about HostGator, I actually talk about it in this next video. It's one of my popular ones here on this channel. I will see you in this very next video.